Okay, I know we talked a little bit about that refinancing right now is something that I'm suggesting to some people to do because of the fact that it's more than likely in their best interest. So, first of all, just because you refinance doesn't mean that you have to take money out. So there's a couple of different ways that you can refinance your home. You can refinance as a cash out, which obviously means that you do take money out, and we can talk about that probably in another short. But you can also refinance like what I'm doing right now. I'm helping people to refinance by doing what we call a rate and term, which basically means that you need to have a tangible benefit. So that benefit can be either something like your rate is lower. You know, you're getting out of a higher interest rate into a lower interest rate, which is what I'm really big on right now because I have the ability to get most people, and I've got some people that, you know, they're in the mid sixes or maybe they're in sevens. And so now I can get them into either six or lower. You know, let me think. I'd have to go back and pull up the last couple of locks that I did. But the last few locks, I'm pretty sure they've been in five. So like 5.875, you know, 5.93, those kind of interest rates. So and actually somebody I like the 5.65. So point being though, is that right now, if you can have something where your interest rate is lower, then typically that's going to save you money. So that's the biggest point, is that we want to help you save money. So lowering your interest rate is one way to do that. A rate and term though is more than just the rate. The rate can actually go down, which would be one way of helping you save money, but the term could be different as well, which means that, like, for example, instead of you having a 30-year, maybe you go down to a 25-year. So now you're still paying the mortgage, but you knock 5 years off of what you would normally be paying for the mortgage. Or maybe you started off your mortgage in a 15, and because you want the monthly payment to be lower, you want to spread it across a longer amount of time. So instead of going from a 15-year to a 15-year, maybe you go from a 15-year to a 30-year. Now that means that you're refinancing the same amount of money, but because it's taking you longer to pay it back, you are paying it in smaller increments. Now, everybody has their own opinion about how well that will work for them. You know, I'm not here to push one way or the other, but I do see a benefit in it. So if that benefit is something that can be beneficial for you, then obviously, you know, that would be a conversation that you and I could have. So this is just the first that I wanted to kind of throw out there, because usually that's one of the biggest things that people don't understand, is that there's multiple different ways. And these are just two basic ways. There are other ways, like, for example, there are what they call streamline refinances that you can do with government loans, like an FHA. You can do an FHA streamline. You can do a VA IRRL, an interest rate reduction refinance loan, so IRRL. That's where we get the name IRRL from. So being able to do streamlines, then now streamlines are a little bit different, because then you're talking about having restrictions on the loan that you wouldn't have if you just did a general rate and term refinance. So that's something we could talk about in another show probably as well. I'll just do like a 30-second or maybe a minute on that one, just to kind of explain how it works and what some of the nuances are. But this is what I wanted to give you for today. So now you got it. We'll move on, carry on with your Saturday, and I will see you again soon. If you have any questions, inbox me, send me a message, text me. You know my number, 630-977-6150. Lisa, House Money Mama. You can reach out to me and I'll answer all your questions, okay? Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon.